I have to apologize to the machines. I have effing blinded to them. As an example, I was responding to a Twitter where a guy's like, my $20 gold coin in 1932 is now worth $4,390. And I'm like, so I was like, okay, what's the total return compound annual growth rate from the S&P or representative broad index? The S&P had not been institutionally formed in 1932, but you can approximate. The growth rate, if you're curious, is a remarkable 11.23% on average every year. And that compounds to about that $20, 94 years later, compounds to about $450,000. This is the reason why kids, put your money in stocks. Put a lot of money in stocks and Bitcoin. A lot. And don't trade it. But anyway, I was using Super Grok. Sometimes super seems superfluous to the grok. And I was using ChatGPT. Gemini it's just something about Google and Alphabet I just find repulsive. That's my prejudice. And oh my god, they just got these figures wrong again and again and again. And then they were like saying, yeah, no, we had these economic data figures today. And I'm like, no, you didn't. So anyway, but compound annual growth rates, here's my start value is 100. I've got 94 years. My compound annual growth rate is X, Y, Z, The machine should be able to answer that question, and it doesn't. That's quite a consternation. So I was taking on the it's fun, it's engaging, and it's almost like why I did television. The ability to answer questions and think quickly is how I kind of pursue knowledge and how I understand. Again, I'm always putting probes into me. Do I understand it? So I put myself on risk, and live responses is where risk lives. But it's very, very disappointing. It's the difference between the pro universe and the retail universe. The lack of abstraction, of thought. Why am I doing this? What's my target? What's my process? Intelligent thinking as opposed to a belief system, a tribal system. It's, I'm in love with gold. I'm hodling. I'm crazy. And it's boring. I don't watch as much TV movies. I can't recall the last movie I saw. I certainly can't recall the last new, if you will, contemporary movie. I would like to see that new one with the whizzy director, the guy who did There Will Be Blood. But is it Paul Allen? That can't be his name. The one that's got everyone in it, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ed Dahl. I'd like to see that. But I've never liked fiction, movies, novels, where the central character is suffering from a mental deviation, that they're not there. Because the point about fiction and reading books is like going to the gym. I go to the gym every day. That bit is true. I was at the gym. I went to the gym later tonight, but I went to the gym. And reading is the same. And fiction is very, very good. Because you're role playing. What you do subconsciously is you take on the role of the central character and you make their decisions real time as you read it. So you're making the decision before they elect to tell you. And then that creates this frisson as you go, what are you doing? Or yeah, or don't touch, get away, don't trust them. You know, you're living the life of the protagonist. And that's good. Great training. Great training is for being an investor. But it doesn't work when the lead character is just not there. It works when the person you're playing the levers and you're second guessing is smart. You want them to be smart. And so that's the disappointment. I'm not castigating people, but tribal belief systems are very boring. I don't go to church. Why am I? And till I'm blue in the face, hitting people with as much reasoned logic. But very few can take it. So I hope you're different. I'm sure you're different. You're here because you're here. Thank you for being here.